music that has meaning.
Right. Okay.
So songs with meaning. Of course, not. It doesn't just have to have meaningful words. It still has to have a good melody, artist a good delivery,
Right.
and produced properly. Although that combination right now is what really get me going, as you say, in terms of music.
Right.
So certain artists, of course, I play Taurus Riley, Sugar, I Kill Sharita Music, and she's not an artist that many people play.
Right.
But who else are there? So pretty much. Good.
I actually learned her in the studio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, all right, cool.
That's great.
So pretty much music that artists that deliver good, lyrics good, and of course now and then I like a waste music, and I use that term loosely.
Music. Yeah, wait, go a little bit. Explain waste music. I like that term.
Waste music is something that don't necessarily have any teaching per se.
Okay.
Doesn't teach anything per se, but it's just something that gets you in a party mood, and So,
right, yeah.
And I apologize if it's offensive because somebody's sung waste music.
Not waste music. I mean, and like, there's a time for everything. So that music serves a purpose in this moment. So.
Yeah, it does. It does. It certainly does. It's like, yeah, it's like up in a hot day, and you say, "Oh, I'm so hot." You throw some water on somebody, cold water.
Right.
It serves a purpose for the moment.
Exactly.
Yeah, everything about serve a purpose or something.
Right. There's a moment for everything. Right. Okay. But I heard you mention some current artists and people that are actually making music today. How do you stay current? Like, how do you know what?
I surf the internet.
Okay.
I surf the internet, and I have some searching methods that I use, which I won't divulge here. I won't tell everybody my searching methods, but I have methods of which I implement to find new songs by the artists that I like, or and such. But I'll tell you this much.
Okay.
In reggae music, which answering which genre is my favorite, that's pretty much it.
Okay.
It is the way that songs are I think discovered and found now is by the names of the rhythm as the beat.
Right.
Like for the most part, the beats have names.
Right.
If you have 10 songs on a particular rhythm, which is a beat, what they call a beat, it will have a name. For example, the Dexter Daps.
Right.
I think that's called Intoxicated. It's called Intoxicated, that rhythm. So if a person say, well, I need that song, but I can't find it, they can look for it by the rhythm, having been introduced or being told what the rhythm is called. They can say, well, so that's one thing I will tell people about if they don't know, you know what I mean? But there are different methods of looking for songs with in the genre of reggae. And as far as other genres, I usually depend on people like you, young people, to tell me what is hitting. And one thing is, you can go to weddings. When you go to weddings or events that good DJs are playing, you get to learn other songs, like Petty What This and Watch Me Whip, Watch Me Nay Nay.
Yes, and all the dances.
Yeah, you learn these things, and we all learn from each other. That's one thing. I'll say that because at times I like to run up my mouth and say, yo, I'm the only one who have this. And some people take it personally offended, but it's nothing intended.
Right.
It's pretty much something that gets them going. And say, yo, me have it too, you idiot.
So is it like a competition sometimes among? I mean, just side.
Music is competition.
Music is.
You can't take it away. Music is competition. However, people don't have to allow it to get personal and
Oh, okay. I get
it is
what you're
competition.
saying. Okay.
It's competitive.
But you don't have to necessarily take the competition personal.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
That's one step further. I'm about to say, why does it have to be so competitive? But
yeah, it is.
If it was a friendly competition, I guess.
Okay, but then music is that whatever I'm saying, but anyway, it's competitive.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, because remember we're trying to move people.
Right.
And it's one thing that a good DJ in a party usually has to do with so many things. The person knowing music and the person being able to connect with the people. Because it doesn't, mind you can go to a party where a person is playing some great music.
Right.
And if the people are not swinging with that vibe, they're just not going to swing.
Right.
So you got to read people and
That's very true. Yeah. So
Yeah.
okay. So you want to elaborate, like since you've been a selector or a DJ or whatever the correct term is for that for quite some time, how have you learned to read the crowd in order to play?
Well, allow me to straighten you out respectfully.
Okay, please do.
Man, I'm not a DJ. Man, a selector.
Selector.
And I'm just a joke. It's a joke. But yeah, no, yeah, big up all the DJs, but I call myself a selector. You know what I mean? When I select around here.
Right.
Big up Selector 6, that's what them call him. Yeah, but to answer your question, let me
Selector
see.
6.
Pretty much it's this. Right now, honestly, I would surprise myself
Okay.
if I were to drop in a party and play right now. I haven't played in a party in a long time. That's something that's not my arena right now.
Okay, but even in the past.
Yeah, in the past.
When you played for an event and you said, you did
Yeah.
kind of say, you was kind of running stuff for
Yeah,
quite
so
some time.
That make it easy. 'Cause
Right. How were you able to even read the crowd then? Like, what was the
Well, honestly,
key
a lot of
component?
times I hardly read the crowd. I tell the crowd. You know what I mean? I will play something and you might have, there might be a heckler in the crowd say, yo, take off that. I may say, come out and go home. You know, it pretty much is, it's like you run things.
Right.
You
okay.
take charge.
Right. So you have to have a certain level of confidence, I guess is what
Well,
I'm
you have to
hearing.
have confidence, but
Right.
mind you, I'm not telling every DJ to go out there and run the crowd in that way because
No, but-
you can get your feelings hurt. You know what I mean? You can,
Right.
but it's like you have to know what you do.
Exactly.
And also, if it happens that you say something which some people seem to not be working with, you have to know to catch them back also. You know, it's kind of tricky.
Right.
You know.
I always wonder because I know I can go to a party and the music is amazing,
Mm-hmm.
and then go somewhere else and the music is not. It doesn't
Yeah.
feel the same.
And mind you,
I always wonder what is it about that particular music.
yeah, it's sort of like, 'cause even if the party is not, if a DJ is playing and he's not or she's not doing the right thing,
Mm-hmm.
he can be corrected and can take the correction and turn it around
Right.
in his favor.
Right.
It just depends
At
on
the same event though, right?
Yes, exactly.
Right.
I mean, a DJ can go out and pretty much start playing, and the people don't really gravitate to what he or she is doing.
Right.
And so it has to do with the person's personality as well.
Right. Exactly. It
it's-
sounds like you need a little vulnerability too. and
Yeah, it's
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's cool. That's cool.
yeah.
Okay. So, since you've been on the radio for quite some time now,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm sure you've done interviews.
Me interviewing people.
Yes.
Yes,
Of course.
I have.
Do you have?
This is my first time being interviewed.
Right, is it?
Yeah,
Oh,
it
that's
is.
great. That's amazing. This is an honor.
Mm.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Name like your top 3 favorite interviews that you did. Like at least name the artist and maybe
Okay.
like one favorite memory or
All right.
something. in that
I
fashion.
definitely had a good time speaking with Sharita.
Okay.
When I first knew Sugar and spoke with her, that was nice too because and let me see, you said 3. I said 2 so far. Who else was the third one that I can say was who was the third one? I'm actually thinking of people who I want to interview, and I almost said that, but I haven't interviewed them. Oh, you know who else? A youth by the name of Dalton Harris.
Dalton Harris.
Yeah.
That sounds a little familiar.
Because he's a young youth at about probably 21 years old by now,
Okay.
and he spoke like a man of 50 or something like that.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he's a quite an impressive, intelligent youth.
And you did an actual interview with him?
Mhm.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So those 3 I can say for now. Of course, there are other people who I spoke with that were remarkable as well, but let me say those right now.
And do you have like a favorite memory, like a particular interview where the message was just, like if you want to share that message, it was just overwhelming?
Well, that same youth, because, and the reason I have to highlight him is because being a youth himself, his messages pretty much ought to be, I say, understood and pretty much related to by youths like himself. And anything that can help lift up the youths today, right now, that's really a great thing.
Right.
know?
Right. Kind of, I don't want to say it's rare, but.
Well, I think it's probably rare that they don't get the attention
Right.
to vocalize and verbalize and just pretty much speak and express their thoughts and such. And by there, I mean the youths, which actually, by the way, is Gems Radio. We are currently involved, and I mean management and I, in terms of, we have a thing we're calling, we build champions, we don't kill champions.
Right.
Where we're going to speak to a lot of youths in and around the area who are doing various things. they were going to pretty much highlight them, and that's what's going to happen on Gems Radio, which is a great thing that Gems Radio is doing.
Yep, it's an initiative. It's an initiative.
Yeah, it's a great initiative
to get local talent and people in the area.
And I think we
an opportunity.
Just to let the people know, we are supposed to be having maybe the first guest being Marga. You know Marga?
Why does that sound familiar?
Yeah.
Tell me more.
Big up Marga. Well, I think when Marga come in, you'll be told more.
Okay.
it's pretty much a one of the youths in the community.
Okay.
That we'll be having, and considering we're saying it right now on Gems Radio, don't want nobody to try if we could run round way and go jump or do it, because we are gonna do it first. Gems Radio. I wait there.
91.7 live. Tony Culture Time.
Gems Radio.
The tennis are going, them can't stop it. Yeah, so big up all the champions. We are build champion, we not kill champion.
Yes.
Van James, go so.
Yes.
Yeah,
in that moment, I felt like a song was supposed to come on, but like it was just perfectly set up for a.
It might have happened if the selectors on the interview.
Yeah, so we'll just continue the interview. But just a few more questions, and this one has to do with your event that's coming up. Like I want you to just quickly talk about your event and what you hope to accomplish. And
it's funny. Before I say that, it's funny. You just said just a few more questions. I feel like maybe how other people feel when they're being interviewed. I'm saying, what do you mean few? Me like one. Me could eat longer. All right. Well, the event is called One Love Jamaica, and let me tell you, One Love Jamaica was birthed in my mind back then when I'm like, I can get permit for going to the park and play music. This was in the 90s, That's when One Love Jamaica really was born.
Really?
In the 90s, yeah.
Wait. Before you continue, explain about even like how it started, maybe a little bit, like what inspired you.
As I said, back then I was playing music in the parks and such. When we realized, because another thing, I had a show back then in the 90s on cable TV called Jammin' TV Show. And pretty much the involvement with jamming and such got me exposed to certain things about that we as citizens of the community can do. And I found out that you can pretty much get permission from the city to use the park for community events.
Exactly. Okay.
And that's actually where the idea came from, to do One Love Jamaica, because I said I can go in the park and play music and have a great time, but let's give it some significance.
Right.
And that's where One Love Jamaica came in.
Wow.
And I thought of having some professionals that could speak to the community at large that attend the event, and any little thing that may be positive. Of course, when I approach people with things, they're not always receptive to things and such.
Right. Before I ask questions do you remember the first event? Do you remember
the first event?
The first one before I ask questions.
I vaguely remember it. I think it was with a sound system at the time. Of course, Gaddafi sound, but I think a sound back in the days was playing named Snow White. A sound system called Snow White. Big up Smiley, my friend Smiley from Snow White. I think that was the first One Love Jamaica.
Shout out Snow White.
But let me say this though. One artist that gave One Love Jamaica prominence was Spraga Benz. Spraga Benz.
Nice.
Yeah, at the time, as I said, I was doing Jammin' TV show.
Right, okay.
And I had connection with Spraga, so I called up Spraga and said, Spraga, can you come out, blah, blah, blah. And without any hesitation, he said, yeah, man.
Nice.
And he came out and then kill it.
Nice.
I don't know if anybody's out there who was there, but that was, and Spraga Benz was in his hay.
Wow.
In the height of his career at that time.
Right.
Yeah, in his prime, yeah.
Right.
So,
right.
And that shows how much, as an artist, as a person, he cared about community.
Exactly.
He wasn't paid.
Wow.
I didn't give him
so
a cent.
So it's a voluntary type of act, and
yeah.
he came during his prime and started something that we actually continue today. So shout out to that.
Yeah, having the event had stopped. As I said, I had taken myself out of this thing we call the entertainment in the community and such. I pretty much was just take on myself.
Right.
But having come back on the radio.
Right.
Having come on the radio rather, but I started to say, hey, well, let me do this, let me do that. You know what I mean? Right.
What do you call that? I'm not exactly sure what the term is, but you basically started the event back up.
Yeah, I did.
Reactivate, I guess. And you're starting the event back.
And actually, I connected with Gems International, which is a sound system, which is also right now Gems Radio.
.net.
And Gems Sound International Sound System provided the PA system for me last year. Actually, I'm referring to last year. And once again, I really how should I say it? Let me see. I really appreciate of that because he came in as a sponsor,
Right.
didn't ask for. You get me? Mm-hmm. A sponsor did not ask for. So he provided a lot of resources, a sound system resource, etc., to give the event life. And most people, when they come in and do anything, they want money.
Right.
You know what I mean? And really,
First thing.
by the way, someone asked me the other day, Culture, why you do the event in the park? You making the money off, right? And I said, kind of not. I said, no, I don't make any money off it. In fact, honestly, it costs me money. And them say, well, then why you do it? I said, cause I love doing it.
Exactly.
And
people don't. Well,
yeah, no,
Sorry.
other people over there saying, well, you know, make the money, and you're like, well, I love doing it. You know, that's what. So I do what I like to do, and that's pretty much. It's not always about money. In
Right.
fact, most of what I do is not even about money, to be honest with you. You know? Except it costs.
Right.
You know, but yeah. And some people may say, well, you're a fool. You know, because people have that opinion.
Right.
And, you know, but hey, everyone's gonna have an opinion.
Exactly.
I do what I do. That's my friend Gaddafi say, yo, nobody try convince Culture because he should just call his stuff my way. Big up Gaddafi.
Okay.
Did I answer all the questions?
You sure did, and but we didn't. Okay, you know, you kind of opened the door for my next question.
Oh, please go ahead.
But we have to get back to this original question. But I wanted to, you know, because you were mentioning, you know, you have to have it your way. I want, like, were you always like that, or you know?
Mind
or-
you,
or-
saying it right now is not saying it. Oh, this is how I am, and don't try to change me. I'm not saying it arrogantly
No,
for people to say.
I don't.
No, people, not you, but someone may say, oh, really? He is indeed like that, and that may be how I am.
Right.
But I'm not that way to say. Forget what you want to do.
Right,
You know, I
no.
certainly do consider what people say.
Mhm.
You know, but ultimately, it may end up going my way or seeming to go my way or the way I want to do it.
Right.
But it's just, I don't know. I can't apologize for how I am.
No, I mean, I fully
You know what I mean?
appreciate it because you say, you know, a lot of people ask if you're not necessarily making a profit off of the
Oh, no,
event,
I'm not making
why are
money
you
on that.
doing it? Right, but yet you still do it, and you do it the way that you feel is best for the community, and you know, at the same
Yeah.
time, you get, you know, a certain amount of support. I wasn't sure if that was something that you kind of done at a later age, or if you had to learn how to, you know, be that way, if that makes sense.
Yeah, well, resources are always low. Everything is about money. Everything requires money.
Right.
And what is actually the best way to go is to get sponsors. However, sometimes sponsors come in on your project and they influence your project by wanting this,
Right.
don't wanting that, and
Right.
such and such. And for the most part, I do enjoy doing what I want to do.
Right.
You know, so if I were to get sponsors, then they have to actually allow me that latitude, and I have to also remember that, you know what, they want something under this, so allow them to get something out of it too.
Right, right. So it's like a team effort.
Exactly.
So if the goal was to get a sponsor that was like more of a teammate instead of a control factor.
Yeah. Don't want, you know, and most people
more-
once they're throwing money,
Right.
they want to run things.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I mean, we are open to sponsorship, of course.
Right, definitely.
For One Love Jamaica. And by the way, there's a website, onelovejamaica.org. There's also a Facebook, which is facebook.com//One Love Jamaica.
Which brings us back to the event, which is happening on when?
Saturday, October 10th.
And what do you hope to accomplish at this event?
Well, I hope to strengthen the existence of the event with more support and more introduction to people who don't know of it, and also with more prospects for the future. Because actually, One Love Jamaica, I would love for the One Love Jamaica to be an organization of people who pretty much are, I guess, like-minded
Right.
in terms of wanting the community to benefit from as many of the resources as possible around,
Right.
and also to highlight positive aspects of the community. And by mind you, even though it's called One Love Jamaica, it doesn't include only Jamaicans.
No, right.
It's just a nice sounding thing. One Love. It could very well be One Love, period.
Right.
But I'm Jamaican, so I throw on Jamaica.
Right.
One Love Jamaica is definitely not exclusive to Jamaicans. or only Caribbeans.
Encouraging.
We are here as Jamaicans or as migrants, immigrants, and we interact with everyone, and we look forward to growing as a people. That's pretty much what part of the whole objectives of One Love Jamaica is. And everyone, each and everyone, I said each and everyone is welcome. American, whoever, me into Dominicanas, Ben, bienvenido. I'm just training a little Spanish, but
Bienvenido.
yeah, bienvenido, mi gente. Okay.
Nice.
So pretty
Welcome,
much,
welcome.
Yeah, everybody is welcome. Everyone is welcome, and that happens. Pretty much the event this year. The top billing artist is Lady G. Now you may know that the event was supposed to happen on the 5th of September, and I changed the date of the event.
Mm-hmm.
At the time when I contacted Lady G and tell her that I'm changing the date, her response was, well, Culture, what date you gonna make it be? And I told her the 10th. She said, well, if I have to go somewhere, because she is pretty much booked for occasions and have to go take care of business all over the place at times, she may not be able to come. She told me that, and lo and behold, actually what happened is that she won't be able to come to that event on the 10th. And I am obligated to say that because I was advertising that she's coming,
Right.
and since things has changed for her, I must let the people know as well, as opposed to I carry on as if it's not, it didn't happen. And I don't want people to think that it was a false thing initially or that anything, but the truth of the matter is I changed the date of the event and it kind of messed up for her schedule. Messed me up for her schedule, right? So Lady G will not, as far as we know right now, she's not expected to be there.
Right.
Of course, if things change, it might have changed. I don't know. And that's I'm keeping my fingers crossed in the event it does. I don't know about Nancy because both of them were scheduled to be there,
Mm-hmm.
But pretty much the event was always as a community event.
Right.
It stood strong with the involvement of the aspiring artists around. There are always aspiring artists around who pretty much has talent to demonstrate, and they come out and do so. So maybe, hopefully, rather, they will be coming out and entertaining us. Also, there's a young lady from Canada who was supposed to be coming. Her name is Empress Minot, and she may very well be coming still.
Okay.
So the event itself
The event will go on.
will go on, and with the people's support,
Right.
it will be good.
Right.
Even in the absence of the artists that were booked for it.
Right.
And maybe next year, I will make sure that I keep things scheduled as it is. And pretty much Lady G hopefully can be on it.
Right.
Sugar was on it last year. It wasn't very well attended. I didn't like the week attendance last year.
Really? But what was? I'm sorry. Just what was weak? I mean, I heard it was a pretty good turnout.
Well, I feel responsible.
Honestly.
It's my responsibility to make sure that people know about it.
Right.
And I will take responsibility for not really putting.
But outside of that, I mean, I'm
It was
trying
great.
to figure out
Her
what.
performance was great.
That's what I'm saying. But I thought I heard that it was a pretty great turnout. Like
Well,
a certain amount
The
of
truth of the matter is, you know what?
People.
Good artists will deliver,
Right.
even if it's 1, 2, or 3 or 4 people.
Right.
And I give her credit for that.
Mhm.
And she did a great show, pretty much. And the few people that were there, the few, whatever, however it's described, they had a great time.
Right.
And I was like, yo, nice Cleveland artist perform, and she really delivered. So
That's good.
yeah, it's a good thing.
Good.
It's a good thing.
Okay, so again, the event is when?
Saturday, October 10th,
At what time?
12 p.m. to 8 p.m. By the way, part of what's going to be there is karaoke. A gentleman by the name of Mikey should be bringing karaoke from Brooklyn. And Dr. Howard Ben of Colfax Oncology, which is located over on Broadway in Patterson by the Barnett Hospital building. He is the doctor that pretty much has supported One Love Jamaica as a professional. He's a doctor, and he works at St. Joseph Hospital. He comes out and does a presentation on health issues that mostly apply to us. For example, like hypertension,
Nice.
stroke,
Mm-hmm.
high blood pressure, etc. And he takes questions from the people, from the audience, and give them answers that pretty much are helpful.
Nice.
And I want to say enough thanks to all the people who came out last year and had questions for Dr. Ben. And come on out, ladies and gentlemen, on Saturday, October 10th. I don't think it's going to be cold either. Someone mentioned it that it's got cold. And if it's cold, if it's that chilly, put on a jacket.
Right.
You know?
It'll be nice.
Yeah. So if it goes great, who knows? Maybe we'll just say we'll stick with October, because the date of the which has pretty much been traditionally one of Jamaica's date. It's always been the Sunday before. It's always been the Sunday before Labor Day. But so many people do things on Labor Day weekend now. It's like me, I've got to change it because too many things to go to. You know what I mean?
That weekend?
No, not the 10th.
Oh.
I mean the Labor Day. I was referring to Labor Day
okay,
weekend.
Excuse me. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So we know it's on October 10th. Did we say the time? Did we say
12 p.m. to, well, I'll be there. You know, the event is scheduled from 12 p.m. to 8.
Okay, 12.
Some people come out. Me, I go 4 o'clock. Me, I go 5.
I mean, that's fine. Whenever the people feel inspired to show up, please come.
Yeah.
The event itself is
People
from
have to
12
work,
to
so
8.
you're right.
You know, so whenever you feel inspired to come and show support, we highly recommend that you do. And where is the event? Where is the event?
It's in Eastside Park in Patterson by the gazebo area,
Okay,
which is next to the play area. I think the kids play.
where the playground is.
Right, the playground.
So it's at the top of the park where the gazebo is.
Exactly.
And there's a White House, and
The White House is further to the
and the karaoke would be at the
gazebo area.
Okay.
That's where the center of the event, will be. Right
Okay,
there.
nice.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Mr. Tony Cultural.
Why you call me Tony Cultural?
Mr. Tony Cultural. Thank you so much. Now, okay, so, we really appreciate you coming tonight on Gems Radio.
You're really treating me like a guest, aren't you?
Yes, of course we have to. We have to fully embrace this experience. And you are a guest on Tony Cultural Time. And welcome. Thank you so much. We really appreciate you coming out. You have to also let us know where else can we hear you and your wonderful skills out there in the world. Where else do you?
Well, I'll tell you this much. I can say this.
Okay.
Of course, you can hear me on TonyCultureTime.com.
Right.
Since I'm here at Gems Radio,
Uh-huh.
hey, I ain't saying nothing about nobody else's radio. It's all about Gems when I'm at
Right.
Gems.
Okay, exactly. Okay. So if you want to find out, so please tell us, how can we find out more?
Well-
or where can we find you, please?
I have a website, of course, TonyCulture.com, which needs updating.
Okay.
However, the one I pay attention to for the most part is TonyCultureTime.com. I'm mostly on Facebook,
Okay.
which is by finding me on Facebook, I am Tony Culture.
Okay.
I do have I'm leading up to about 5,000 friends. And when you get to 5,000 friends, it's like blocked from getting more friends.
Oh, really? See,
But
I don't know
whenever
that
I
much,
get there,
but
though,
it's cool.
I do get rid of dead weight.
Okay.
Because when the numbers go to 5,000, then no one else can become my friend.
Uh-huh.
I will delete some who are not active
Right.
or otherwise whatever applies to them. So I make space for new people.
So so it tells you who's not active anymore when you go back and delete?
Yeah, you can go on your friends list and you can see like where a picture used to be.
Right.
It's now blank and it says the person's account is either deactivated or something. So we let them dead. We let them go.
Right.
Because unlike most of the youth, them who say them don't want a new friend, more want some new friend.
Do you hear that? He's encouraging guys. He's on Facebook.
Yeah, I want new friends.
Right.
And actually, there's also a Tony Culture Time page. You know what what they call a fan page or whatever,
Right.
where you can like it. So you can go facebook.com/Tony Culture Time, and that you will be able to like the page.
Nice.
And there's also a One Love Jamaica page there. So just Google Tony Culture and you find a lot of things about me. In fact, let me encourage people to do that. Google Tony Culture and you will find nothing negative about me. You will find everything, facts about Tony Culture. Just Google Tony Culture because thank God I can say my record clean.
Okay, with that being said, thank you so much for coming to gemsradio.com. If you have any questions for Mr. Tony Culture, we encourage you to call in. The number is 973-910-3331. Again, if you have any questions for Mr. Tony Cultural, we encourage you to call in. The number is 973-910-3331. Gems Radio.
Kiki, thanks for having me.
Thank you. Thank you so much.